So today what I have for you is a PSP Street that is not turning on. Here is the model number. It's an E1004. This was one of the last PSPs done, and the issue with this one is that it only turns the green light on and stays like that and nothing else happens. As you can see, the screen is as a lit light, so it's a black light and it's not posting, it's not starting up, nothing at all. So the green light stays on and it goes out after a few seconds, a few minutes sometimes, but it stays like so and nothing happens. So what I've read is this is a firmware issue. When you try to install the Infinity CFW and to turn it on, you need to press the PS button and turn it on at the same time. Let's see what happens. Green light is on. And here we go. We have a startup. So this is definitely something that went wrong when installing the CFW on this console. So let's try to figure that out and see if we manage to fix this one. So as for what I've said, if you press the right shoulder button and start the console up, it will get you to a menu that can erase the console and make it work again. So let's go through that and see if we can do anything. So I've attempted to reset the console. I was unable to because it just goes to a black screen and stays like that and goes off. So I'm trying other options that I see written there. This is other solution that also is on the internet to put it back up and running, but nothing is working over here, and on this menu nothing helps with the situation. Sorry for the vacuum cleaning sound. My vacuum cleaner is running around the house, so let's try to turn it on again with the PS button. So I have my own proprietary SD card from my PSP where I have the not permanent CFW. This is a CFW that you need to turn on every time in case you want to play on the PSP, and apparently it doesn't work on this version of the firmware that it has. As you can see, it's doing absolutely nothing. So let's just take a look and see if a UMD will work on this console. I have restarted it with the PS button method and see just if it recognizes a game and plays it. So it does work, which is good, although the UMD engine is screeching, but I have done a video on that. If you would like to see it, just follow the link on the top of the screen. And let's now try to fix this software related situation. This background of the PSP, it's really hard to see the menus. although it's a nice picture of Songo 1 and Cell, but it's super hard to tell what you are seeing. So let's now go ahead and connect the PSP to my computer, and we'll transfer some files to correct this issue. So what you need to do here is download the program called Chrono Switch Downgrader, and this Chrono Switch Downgrader will allow you to go back to a firmware that is stable. In this case I will put the official 6.6 firmware, and from there I will run the one that is on the SD card that allows us to do whatever we wish with the console. So we connect it to the computer, transfer those files to the game folder, and we need to put the update on the update folder the 6.6 official firmware for it to recognize it. That's what we will be doing right now. So when you run the software, this is the screen that you will get. It is saying that the PSP is running Infinity and refreshing it will be more risky, and we know that, so we'll continue on the X button. By continuing on the S button, we need to be aware that all the risks involved, etc, etc. So we press X to continue with the updater, or R button to exit. We'll go for X, obviously. So the console will think for a little bit. The screen will go blank this amount of time. I'll leave it running in real time so you have an idea. As you can see, I will turn the console up and you'll see that the green light is on and it's flashing on the memory card, which is working. You will now have this screen to install version 6.6 on the console. So just install it, accept all these, and I will pass this a little quicker. And it's done. We should have installed the firmware 6.60 and the console should be working as normal. That's something we'll see right now. There we go. We have a startup. I will just remove this background because it's a little annoying to see what we are doing. So let's put the original one, and much better now. And as you will see now, we will be on system software 6.60. There we go. So I'll turn off the console and back on again so you can see that it is working normally. There we go, it's starting up again. And now let's just delete the files that we have put on the memory card because we don't no longer need them. Just remove this update. The Chrono Switch can stay. Let's run these so you can see that it's working now. Not sure which one is the one to run. I'll try one. So this is not the one. It is this one. So when you run this little software, it will show up as it's starting a game. Once this screen goes away, it gives you the option to install the CFW. There we go. Proceed. Press L to to reinstall, so we need to press the X to install, and it's now able to do anything we want with it just by running any software. I will run the RetroArch so you can see that it is working perfectly fine. I don't have any games here to run, but if you wish to, you can install your own games. So this is not one of those regular repairs that I usually do. This one is software based. This console was sold for 20 euros and I bought it just to see if I could fix it, and it ended up being just a software situation. And yeah, here it is, working fine. I'll just run a game, a classic game that I like to play called Kurushi. This was one of the first games I've played on the PS1 era, and this was on a demo disc, and I played this demo a lot when I was a little kid. So I'll give you a little gameplay of Kurushi. This is a really nice game. It's a puzzle game, so good to spend some time thinking. So this is it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe the channel. I'll see you on the next video, and thank you for watching.